Good evening, guys. Hope you're well. We can take a show of hands. We will come to as many of you as possible. We'll take questions in English first and then a few in Spanish towards the end. I believe there are microphones on either side. Brilliant. Will you start with English questions first, please? Start with Paul here. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Hi, Rodri. Obviously, last season was very difficult for you and the team here in the way you went out. How much will that experience benefit you ahead of the game tomorrow?
Yeah, as you said, I think football gives you the option to go have revenge. Of course, I have the philosophy, and I think all my teammates have the philosophy that you can always learn about the past experiences. We did a great 2 games, but at the end football was like this. We didn't go through. But we are here again to fight again with illusion, with motivation, with the feeling that we're doing the things very, very good this year, and we arrive, I think, in the best moment. And yeah, as I tell you, we try to learn about what we can improve, what we did bad in that moment.
We'll go to Paul, please.
Hi, Rodri. Can you just put into words, when you get to this stage of the season, going for a treble, how much confidence it gives you to have a teammate like Erling Haaland who can score 51 goals in all competitions this season?
Well, of course, for us he's such an important player since the beginning of the season. I think we never doubted about his capability to score goals. That's something he born to, but he fits so well in the team. He's understanding so well how we have to move. But I think as a team we're getting the best moment right now, understanding each other. I think we changed quite a bit the way we play from last season, and now we're playing 3 in the back. So yeah, many changes, but like always the team is adapting so good, and we've been really in the last 8 months to arrive here and to try to fight in a treble. I think not many teams can say this, but this is a matter of effort, of suffering, of giving everything the last 8 months. But we know that if we want to finish this, we have to give our best the last month. So that's what we're trying to do. That's our duty. And yeah, tomorrow we have an incredible game for us, and we will need to show the best version of ourselves if we want to fight for being in the final.
John?
Hi, Rodri. Just wondering, you say about how you've reached your best moment. Was there a point when it felt like it all clicked? I know Ilkay Gundogan spoke to us about this. Was it a match or was it a period of time? When do you think it was, and what do you think made it happen?
Well, I think, to be honest, the whole year we've been very, very good. If you talk about the performance of the team, maybe the results in some of the months they weren't there. We couldn't have like 4 or 5 wins in a row. But now we get in the moment that we identify what we have to do exactly, being solid behind, be clever, being scoring goals when you have to score. And this is the moment that we all know as a team, and big teams like us identify the moment that you have to even push a bit more. And that's when I think we win 10 games in a row in the Premier League. This talks about the hunger and the ambition of the team to arrive in these stages and know what we're fighting for, the important things. So now is when we have to do a step forward individually and collectively, and it's something we understood quite well from February, March until now.
Aralas?
Hello. Since he came to Man City, Erling has turned into maybe the biggest star in world football. Knowing him personally, how does he handle that noise and all the talk, and what's he like as a person?
Well, to be honest, Erling is very simple, still 22 years old. Sometimes we don't realize how young these lads are. I saw his face, and he's a kid yet. He's not very old. I see myself young, and I'm 26, turning 27, so imagine him. But yeah, involving so good into the team, so humble in the fact that he wants to learn. He wants to listen to everyone, the coach, the teammates. He has the hunger to improve, and that's, I mean, when you have the level of these players and you put your ego out of this and you involve into the team, many good things can happen.
Paul?
Hi, Rodri. I'm sure you'll have watched the video from the second leg from last season. Can you just could you pinpoint what actually went on in that last 5 minutes, and how long did it take you to get out of your system?
Can you repeat? Sorry, I didn't understand.
Sorry, you've watched the second leg. Can you actually pinpoint what went wrong, what happened in those last 5 minutes, and how hard was it to get over as well?
I mean, football is like this sometimes. I think we did 180 minutes brilliant, but it's not enough. Sometimes you can lose the leg in 5 minutes, and I think the last minutes in that leg we didn't handle in the right way. I think we learned from that, and football is like this. You have to kill the opponent when you can. It's something that we learned from the past, but I don't like to talk much about the past. I think we are different. We changed a lot of things. The environment changed a lot. The way we're coming now, and is another year, another goal. So yeah, we're here to fight again with the same smile we did last season, and of course with hunger of having revenge.
We'll take a couple more in English before we go to Spanish. We'll go to Fred and then Sam, please.
Hello? Yeah. So how do you improve a performance when you allow the first shot on goal in the 90th minute?
Well, if you talk about our league, the Premier League, the level is so high that sometimes you have to play it in this level. Don't allow the teams to shot even one target, because it happened to us that we've been dominating, we score a goal, and the quality of the opponents are so high that you cannot even have a chance. The same happened with Real Madrid. So it's something we're trying to focus on. Don't try us give nothing to the opponents, being solid and try to kill them when we can, and try to be efficient and score goals in the moment you can punish the opponent. So yeah, but still, as I tell you, I think the level of the team is very, very high in this moment of the season, but still we are not champions of anything. So we have to keep with the same mentality in every game, and I think this will be the good thing to perform well and fight until the end.
Sam?
You were here last season fighting for the same goals, Champions League final and the Premier League. The season before got to the final in the Premier League. And you said yourself that they're in the best moment now. How do you have so many players playing at the top of their game, season after season, fighting for these goals? Because if you look around Europe, there's not so many teams that are always there. What's different about you guys?
Well, I don't know. I can talk about my club, the way the philosophy we have, the staff we have in behind that pushes every year to be even better and better and change things, and new players coming in, and we try to teach this level of I don't know how to say in English, of ambition every year, of hunger, because when you win, of course you're closer to win, but you need something in here to go again, and you have to have the proper mentality to feel a small team and fight like a small team, because if you feel something bigger, you will be confused. So that's what we do. We feel small, and we fight like a small team, run like a small team, and then we have top quality players that every season deserve everything. But we've been unbelievable the last years, and this year individually it's been great for the team. So yeah, we'll fight for everything.
We'll take 2 or 3 in Spanish before the manager arrives, guys. We'll start here.
¿Qué tal? Marcelo de Valde. Hello from Dosis Futbolera. Bearing in mind what happened last season here, what's the lesson learned from City, and what mistakes cannot be repeated if you want to change what happened? As I've mentioned before, we try to learn from each experience we have from football, qualifying rounds on this competition is different from any other, and I believe we already have quite an appropriate experience to compete and to know the right moment in the match. The team learned back in the day, as it learned from the previous years, like the final we did not manage to win, accumulated experiences that bring us here after having on quarterfinals against the big team, and that allow us to dream and fight against the best team of this competition. Hello, Rodri, from Diario Marca. You've mentioned the change of the system of Pep Guardiola. How comfortable are you with this new approach, and how did Haaland contribute to this change? I've mentioned that before. The arrival of a player like Erling, you have to adapt it to a way of playing that we've been having for a number of years. And I believe at the beginning, obviously, it was kind of difficult to find the way. Not so much because of the ability he has to score, but how he understood the team from the play from the team. And we are seeing a wider vision of what you see in Erling. I notice more other things and not just scoring. At the individual level, a very important year for me. I'm really happy. I'm tired, but I'm really satisfied. And settling on the ability with the tactical changes the coach requires to adapt to what he demands, whether with a double pivot, single pivot, or depending on what the rivals ask, what the opponents ask, and with an experience that allows me to be right there. Hello, Rodri, to your right. Anton Miana from Cadena Ser. You were saying in March in an interview that you like to watch your matches, but that you didn't see the last from last year. Have you watched it now because you had to play against Real Madrid? And what would you change? What have you learned maybe from those 5 minutes? What should the city have done? Not to be talking about revenge, but for the Madrid to have the revenge. Well, it's kind of difficult to answer that question. Football is the way it is. This is what happened to us. But 3 weeks after that, we did the same thing to win a Premier. We came back from a match that we've had lost. We scored 3 times in 7 minutes. Sometimes football cannot be explained. Of course, we could have improved depending on the situation. Maybe being closer to the midfielders when they don't have a lot to lose. Things that are provided by experience, sometimes inexplicable. But that's what I would say a bit. The total performance from the qualifying round, there's nothing to be demanded from the team. We are back here and we want to fight again. I have not watched the match again, but I don't have to know the opponent I have. Rodri over here. Regarding what you just mentioned about what happened last season, how viable do you see that it is to win Real Madrid in Santiago Bernabeu? We respect a lot Real Madrid. It's the king of the competition. But we have our weapons, and I believe the opponent knows that. We are in a great moment. We're afraid of nothing. We respect the opponent we're going to have tomorrow and the scenario we're going to face it, knowing that there's a second leg and that nothing is going to be decided tomorrow. But we have our weapons and we trust 100% that we're going to be able to qualify.
Okay.